once again, we are back at Hollywood Smoke for another installment of 10 Count. I'm Steve Kim, joined by Doug Fischer and Mike Baca on the night of September 9th in Carson, California. From the famed StubHub Center, it was Superfly, and it was a momentous occasion. Srisaket Sor Rungvisai stops Roman Gonzalez in 4 shocking rounds. And also on this card, JF Estrada battles Carlos Cuadras, winning a close 12-round decision, and it was the debut of the Japanese monster, Inoue, stopping Antonio Nieves in 6. Doug, I'll go to you. You were a big advocate, like the rest of us, of Roman Gonzalez. Was the chapter closed? Has the book been written?
Yeah.
Is it now time for the eulogy?
The king is dead.
All hail the king.
All hail the new king.
Yeah.
Sor Rungvisai. He paid the cost to be the boss, man.
Sure did.
You know, he won fair and square, beat the man down. The way I looked at that fight from the opening round until he was taken out in the 4th round is that Roman Gonzalez hit the wall. And the wall was a weight class. It was junior bantamweight. It was super flyweight.
Last year.
It was 115 pounds. Well, I thought he had definitely plateaued at flyweight. And the sad thing about the legacy of Roman Gonzalez is that most fans, even people who are self-defined as diehards or hardcore boxing fans, they didn't get to see him until he was on HBO. Yeah. So they didn't get to see him until the tail end of his flyweight title reign. They have no idea that he was a strawweight.
42 fights in.
Yeah. But to see the comments on social media afterwards, it's just like, are people this stupid?
Well, they're agenda laden.
They are.
They are agenda laden.
They're garbage.
Mike,
they're garbage.
I think you were actually at the open workout prior to the fight, right?
Yes.
And you can get a beat on that. It doesn't show you everything. But a lot of people are of the belief that the whole week Roman looked like a guy being sent to the electric chair. In fact, in other words, he didn't want to be there. Like, he knew his fate. Did you get that feel from him?
I think he's always been a guy like that because he's been trying to cut weight and he's just not really into talking to the media or doing a full workout for that matter. So that didn't really jump out at me for this fight week. He didn't look like a drained guy. I don't know if that meant anything. His face was kind of filled in a little bit, which was a little different, but leading up to the fight, no, I didn't really get that sense. I did pick Chocolatito to win the rematch in a decision, but by the 2nd round, once he started actually throwing some combinations, you could tell it wasn't there.
Yeah.
He was not there, and I even mentioned it to you, sitting right next to you. Something's not right.
Yeah, he was it was like the form was there, but there was no impact. There was like
the return fire from Srisaket was so. I mean,
yeah, so decisive and so hard and
you
fast
can hear it,
and
he was
crisp.
He was grunting.
Yeah,
and he was just
Chocolatito seemed listless,
Yes.
even though he was letting his hands go.
Yeah, sometimes it's called muscle memory.
Yeah.
But it's not there. But in Srisaket, with that right hook, that's about as short a right hook as you'll see.
From the southpaw stance,
that truly was some Manila Ice going back to the days of
That's something he added. I didn't really see that right hook as much in their first 12-round encounter.
And Roman didn't see it on September 9th. And it was kind of a sad occasion to see him prone like that because he had built a bit of a following. There was a lot of Nicaraguans out there. And I still go back to 5 years ago. I think it was an early December weekend night or late November. Me and you were at the LA Sports Arena. Cold, rainy night where he battled JF Estrada. Brian Valoria fought Tyson Marquez. One of the most memorable nights that I think we've had in years.
Yeah, one of the better doubleheaders.
And I think that Roman Gonzalez, the people with the agendas that want to disparage him, listen, there's freedom of speech for good or bad in this country. This guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I think his legacy in the United States is, without him and his contributions, there is no Superfly card on HBO.
No,
he opened the doors.
Yeah, well, he reopened them. There had been, obviously, super flyweights that had been featured on premium cable and on basic cable.
Right.
Guys like Johnny Tapia.
Nonito Donaire, Vic Darchinyan.
Darchinyan started at flyweight. Of course, there was Michael Carbajal.
Yeah.
And Chiquita Gonzalez. But we're going way back.
Yeah.
We're going back to the early 90s for Carbajal and Chiquita Gonzalez. But the door had been closed for at least 5 years, at least on HBO.
Yeah.
And he opened them up, and it was brilliant for Taken Promotions, which promoted Chocolatito, really developed him into a 3-division champion, to partner up with Tom Loeffler and K2 Promotions, and then for HBO to package them package Chocolatito with Gennady Golovkin. So you had the big drama show
Yeah.
and the little drama show, and I think that helped sort of microwave his popularity, at least in terms of television. But I think it's really sad that people didn't see him 5 years ago.
Yeah.
See the form that he had at junior flyweight, 108 pounds, against Juan Francisco Estrada.
And by the way,
or even his strawweight reign was amazing. People need to understand one thing. He was championship level for 9 consecutive years. That's unprecedented for strawweights and junior flyweights.
And in those smaller weight classes, everybody fights everybody.
And everyone burns out quick.
Yes,
being 30 is like being 40.
Yeah, and I'm sick of hearing the comparisons. Why doesn't Broner, who's also a 4-time champion, get the same respect? Now, I say this as someone who might be the last remaining guy on the Broner bandwagon, okay? Broner, in his 4 championships, was literally never considered the best guy in his weight class, of any of his belts. Roman at 105, 108, 112, 115
champion.
was the consensus #1 guy. Yeah. Not all multiple weight division champions are created equal. With that said, I think Sor Rungvisai is your typical, tough, hard-nosed Thai fighter. But now he's got to go up against JF Estrada, who was the winner. Okay, we got that corrected. I think it's a hell of a fight.
Yeah.
I would favor the Thai.
Really?
Early activity.
I favor Estrada. I favor Estrada because he's still in his prime. He knocked off a lot of ring rust with those wonderful 12 rounds against Carlos Cuadras. And I just think he has the better technical foundation.
A little bit sharper, huh?
Yeah, a little bit sharper. And he stays within himself, doesn't overextend himself. And I think the fact that he's a slow starter, that might suit him well. I think sometimes if you start fast against Sor Rungvisai, he might clip your ass the way he did Chocolatito.
But, you know, the pace that Sor Rungvisai fights that and his physicality, he's going to make Estrada shift it into gears. Mike, we sat right next to each other. Did the judges, if not Michael Buffer, get it right with Estrada Cuadras?
Yeah, absolutely. It was 114, 113 all the way, right?
Yeah.
All 3 for Cuadras? I mean, I'm sorry. Well, see,
I
just made the Michael Buffer.
See, it's not easy.
It's rubbing off, yeah. I thought they got that right. I thought the winner was Estrada in that fight. That's who I had winning. I think I had it a little wider. Me and you did.
So it didn't come down to the knockdown with you guys. With me, I agreed with the official judges. I had it even.
The knockdown
and it
separated.
came down. Yeah, the knockdown separated it. But I think the majority of
15,
the ringside
12,
press,
7-5 with the 9th round knockdown.
Right.
And real quickly here, your thoughts on the monster, first time seeing him live.
I was impressed. I wasn't blown away. I think there's room for improvement, but I like what I saw. I like his jab. I like his seek and destroy mentality. I think he might very well be, with Gennady Golovkin kind of abandoning his body attack in recent years and recent bouts, I think the monster might be the best body puncher or the most committed elite level fighter to throw body shots in boxing.
I think he looks strong. He's in his physical prime. He has serious pop that resonates. I think that was certainly the strongest punch of the night. It came from Inoue. I'm very excited for him. I hope he comes back to the U.S. and is given another opportunity on HBO.
Yeah, let's hope there is Superfly too. All right,
yes.
We come back. We have more 10 count with Doug Fischer, Mike Baca, and Steve Kim.